Time for a bit of news, and I've got a lot to choose from at the moment, but with a primarily South African audience, we can only start in one place. There's a new Hayabusa. Yes, Suzuki has finally got around to giving us the Busa Mark III. I remember my editor at Superbike Mag in the UK coming back from the 1999 launch, somewhere in Spain I think it was, raving about this monstrous new machine. I remember riding it the following year on a test in France and finding a stretch of autoroute, allegedly, where I could, for the first time on a production bike, see the speedo nudge past 200 miles an hour, 320 k's an hour to you. And with the Suzuki Corporation recently having turned 100 years old, and the motorcycle side of the business coming on 50 years old, and significantly, the Hayabusa itself celebrating its 21st birthday this year, we are obviously in for a major overhaul of this aging legend, I think it's fair to say. Oh, what extraordinary dreams I have had for this Mark III version. Turbocharging, perhaps, as an answer to Kawasaki's successful run of supercharged models. A big bump in capacity to something like 1600 cc's maybe. Possibly even stepping up to 6 cylinders. No. Just no. None of the above. Suzuki's unveiling has revealed a bike that will undoubtedly be good. A bit better to ride than the model it replaces, no doubt. A bit nicer looking and definitely considerably safer. But I don't know, I really was looking forward to this new model, but I'm not going to lie to you, I am hugely disappointed. I could do the whitewash kind of thing and talk about its massive suite of new electronics, and there are plenty of upgrades there, but let's cut to the chase. It is the same engine with some tweaked internals, same capacity, pretty much exactly the same power, same chassis, almost, same looks, practically, same old. Yeah, I know, that sounds incredibly harsh, but the stars were aligned. All these important Suzuki milestones, the Busa's 21st birthday, the supercharged competition. I, for one, was expecting something a little more brave. It is, after all, 14 years since the Mark II. Oh well. Disappointment aside, the biggest upgrades have come with the electronics, so here's some detail. 10 levels of traction control, including an off button for the truly brave or stupid. 3 riding modes, plus 3 customizable modes. Up and down quick shifter with 2 modes and an off switch. 10 levels of anti-lift control. 3 levels of engine braking. A speed limiter in case you're worried about inadvertently going too far over the limit. 3 modes of launch control. Low RPM assist. Suzuki Easy Start system. Cruise control. Combined braking. Slope dependent control system. And some kind of hill hold assist. All very clever, all very welcome, but ultimately not the kind of exciting stuff I've been dreaming about. Oh well, maybe Suzuki's rumoured middleweight parallel twin might be worth getting excited about. I have to admit to a fondness for Suzuki. A GSX-R 750 was the first new bike I ever bought back in 1992, I think it was, and I've owned other Suzukis over the years. They just won the MotoGP title. It would be nice to see some equally exciting new models. I'd even settle for the big V-twin out of the V-Strom in a naked bike or a tourer of some description. Suzuki isn't the only Japanese manufacturer that seems to have fallen asleep at the wheel though. Honda also suddenly finds itself with some very large gaps in its model range, especially in South Africa. Remember how the Big H used to dominate the touring and sport touring segment? What do we have at the moment? The Goldwing. Great bike for a hyper super tourer type of thing, but we used to have the VFR 1200 and the 1200 Cross Tourer, and then there was the VFR 800 and the Cross Runner, even the 1300 Pan-European for so many years, but they've all gone. And what is there to replace them? Rumours of a road bike with a version of the motor out of the Africa Twin. It might look like this, which is a concept Honda exhibited at the Milan show at the back end of 2019. I rather liked it. Not groundbreaking or anything, but it filled a hole. Now it has lots of holes to fill. Get on with it, Honda. I know there's a pandemic on, but please, the European manufacturers are belting out the new models at the usual rate and achieving great sales at the same time. Japan is beginning, with apologies to Kawasaki, to look a little like the land of the setting sun for motorcycling. After 40 or 50 years of bossing the world of two wheels, this is a shock. We know they've got the know-how. Just look at the world's racing results. We just need them to get the vibe again, the passion, the desire. Because all the exciting stuff is coming from Italy, Austria, Germany, the UK and the USA. You want proof? Check this out. From the USA, courtesy of a Frenchman admittedly, this is motorcycling art good enough to eat. I like it a lot. Or rather, I like a lot of it. The entire bike is made out of chocolate. Everything is edible. Wheels, spokes, frame, tank, engine, headlight, seat, everything. I know some people who would give it a go to get through that in one sitting. Mentioning no names, but, you know, they've both been in this episode. And one of them will be back after the break with news from Fire It Up.